Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and we have some stuff to talk about because we got some, well, for some of you, not so pleasant weather coming our way. You can tell I broke out the snow tie, bow tie, so that must mean something is brewing in the weather department, specifically the winter weather department. We'll get there in just a second. Let's get you out the door and bundled up as you're heading out and waking up. 29 in Hamilton, 31 in Cherry Hill, 28 in Trenton. The farther north you go, obviously the colder temperatures are right now at 21 in Dover, 23 in Edison, but much warmer around the freezing point in Cape May with a light breeze that is generally out of the south. All right, so we are watching the winter weather advisories and the watches and all that kind of stuff pop up on the map here. Yesterday, it was all throughout here. You still have all that, but as of about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, much of the state is under a winter storm watch, which is in effect right through the day tomorrow for accumulating snow for pretty much everybody west of the Parkway. The islands are not included in this, but I'm not saying that accumulating snow is impossible for you. It's really going to come down to the ultimate track and the final trajectory of this thing. We have a chance of some slushy accumulations even at the beaches. Not a whole lot going on our satellite and radar right now. We have a few snow showers out to the west. Our storm is starting to get organized, and it's in two different parts. You got this area low pressure right over here. That is what this down here, the moisture source, is going to be connecting with. The two are going to combine, phase together, we call it, and that is how you get your storm. That process is going to happen right off the coast of North Carolina. And the interesting thing is the fact that it is going to rapidly intensify, okay? So by the time it emerges, your center of low pressure is about 1,000 millibars. At the time that it's off the Atlantic City coast, by about 80 to 100 miles, it will have dropped about 15 millibars in a very short period of time. So that intensification process is what is leading me to believe that there will be some intense banding with this system by mid to late morning on your Sunday. We don't have to worry about any of that nonsense today. Partly to mostly sunny skies, sun with some high clouds mixing in. Really pleasant weather. Clouds really thicken up tonight. 11 o'clock, your precipitation, the leading edge at least, is still down to the south and west of our region. And you see it snowing in the Piedmont section. Then you get into Virginia. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, I have to say that this is a change from where we were yesterday, and that might impact things down the line. What do I mean? Well, we were looking at this thing coming in just after midnight 24 hours ago. So it was supposed to snow all night, and that is why I was leaning perhaps on the higher end of the snowfall totals that you'll see in a moment. But if it's coming in by daybreak and it has to fight the sun angle, not that that can't be done with high vertical velocities, it just becomes a little bit harder, and the mixing might be a little bit more of an issue, especially along the coast. But at any rate, as we're waking up on Sunday morning, still dry, but then it gets into our area. Perhaps first is some rain, and then as colder air works into the system, it's going to be cold enough at 5,000 feet above our heads. We're looking at temperatures probably in the upper 20s up there. But as it works in, you'll see that transition over to a snow. And I'm more confident that your real accumulating snow is going to be west of the Parkway. But we got to figure out exactly how close that center of low pressure comes to our coast to determine ultimately, who sees what. It looks like it snows up until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the bulk of it pulls away into New England. So it's a quick hitting storm. Somebody commented on Facebook yesterday, what do you mean it's quick? It's 8 to 12 hours. That's not quick. Well, you got to compare it against the storm that we just got done with earlier in the week that stuck around for 3 whole days. So by comparison, yeah, this is like a drop in the bucket. It's in and out of here right in time for your Super Bowl activities. I got to warn you, it's going to be a heavy, wet snow, that back-breaking snow, the kind of snow that you don't like to shovel. So if you have a snowblower, great. If not, get somebody younger to help you out. Then on Sunday night, we're good. Monday, we're good. And then Tuesday, we'll throw in another opportunity of some wintry weather. So 1 to 4 a.m., the snow arrives from southwest to northeast. Between 5 and 11, your steadiest and heaviest snow is occurring. and the intense banding as the storm really starts to intensify offshore would be in this time frame. Call me crazy, but I see the dynamics possible for some thunder snow out there, and that's when you can be looking at snowfall rates at over an inch. If it's falling that heavily, you can absolutely overcome any obstacles and get that colder air down to the surface. Between 12 and 2 o'clock, we're going to see that storm gradually pull away from our area and head up into New England. So my snowfall totals have not changed at all since I issued this map around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Granted, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I still have data to go through, and about 10 o'clock this morning, after I do go through everything, I might make some tweaks to this map. And that's expected. You put out the first call, you make the tweaks, and that becomes your final call, all right? That's how I always do it. But I'm thinking a widespread 3 to 6 inches across the area, and I want to explain this blue shaded area, okay, this dark blue that goes through interior South Jersey, runs north and east through northern Ocean and Monmouth County. I still think that most of you in this band will see 3 to 6 inches of snow. It just says that your best chance of banding and overperformance of over 6 inches is going to be in this area. Want to make something else known. If that storm comes closer to the coast, you could shift this to the north and west by about 30 miles, or vice versa. If that rain snow line never makes it ashore, you can shift this down to the coast even. So there's still some wiggle room there, even 24 hours out from the actual event. So as we zoom in a little bit closer, you'll see that western Atlantic County, most of Cumberland, most of Salem and Gloucester and Camden counties in that potential 6 or more inch range. But I think a solid 3 to 6 is likely for you, all the way up through Burlington and Ocean and Monmouth County, North Jersey, probably the eastern part of the state, up in the New York metro area, and in areas that picked up a couple feet of snow earlier in the week. You're going to get the short end of the stick. Not that you need any more snow up there, though. 42 in Hamilton today, 46 in Vineland, 42 in Cherry Hill, 36 in Edison, and 38 in New York City. So this brings me to today's forecast, or tomorrow's forecast, rather. 34 to 35. These are temperatures after the snow departs. I really think that snow is going to keep the temperatures below freezing, especially if it's heavy enough. That's just how it works. The colder air is able to make it down to the surface. So areas of heavy snow, tricky morning travel, improving through the afternoon. And this takes me to the 7-day forecast. Mostly clear, nice on Monday, a little bit breezy, 33 degrees. Tuesday's a little bit iffy with the system coming through. And then Thursday, Friday, into Saturday, another period of unsettled weather. I think we briefly warm up on Saturday, but beyond this, some of you have been commenting, what about this Arctic blast you've been advertising? It's coming. It's delayed, not denied. Delayed by a few days. I think by Sunday and beyond, by next week, is when we're going to be looking at those temperatures in the 20s. So stay tuned all day. I'll have updates on my Facebook page at Nor'easter Nick. You can follow me there, and Twitter for the very latest.